folks, it's Jerry Lana here from Deadly Dose Game Calls. I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what I do differently when I set up for trying to call in fox or setting up a coyote. So if I'm keying in on foxes, I usually start off with some type of prey distress, whether it be rabbit or bird, whatever you feel, whatever you can do the best. So I'll go in, find an area that holds fox. You're looking for the tracks, their scat. If there's snow on the ground, you're out deer hunting. And you start to see a lot of fox tracks, go back in there and try calling them. Maybe find a field or a little opening in the woods that's, a good spot to call them into. So, but I'll go in and get set up, and I'll just blow a little bit of like distress, rapid distress or anything. I prefer to use an open reed. People prefer to use closed reeds. There's nothing really different. There's no one better than the other. I just like this one because you can change your pitch and your tone whenever you need to. So, but I do use closed reed quite a bit also. So, but I'll give you a little of what I do, like as far as the rabbit distress if I'm trying to call in a fox. You can go a little bit higher on a reed, get more higher pitch. So, if you're going to use closed reed, the big thing is putting emotion into it. You don't want to sound just normal. You want it, you want it to sound like it's painful. I start off by doing that, 10-15 minutes of it. If you don't get anything to respond, then I'll go to a howl. I'll just a lonesome howl. Nothing aggressive. Try to get a coyote to respond back to you. So this is what it would sound like. You do that, wait a couple minutes, you might get a coyote to howl back at you. If nothing, they might just show up just out of curiosity. So if you have a coyote that happens to show up or responds back to your howling, just do whatever he does. If he gives you another lonesome howl, you just howl back at him. Just create a conversation with him. If he challenge howls you, challenge howl him back. And the challenge howl is just a lot of forceful barks and short, forceful howls. Just keep mocking him, So, and as far as if I'm going in and keying in on trying to call in a coyote, say it's during a big hunt or, the big Mosquito Creek hunt or something like that, where you're just your main focus is coyotes, I'll go in and I'll start off with a howl. The same thing, just a lonesome howl, long, drawn out, just letting everybody know that, hey, there's another coyote over here, And sometimes that'll bring them in. They want to come over, they want companionship maybe, or the curiosity gets to them. Like I said, it's the same thing, just a long, drawn out, non-aggressive howl. And then I'll do that for a little bit. You might get a response, and then I'll switch to some type of prey distress or coyote distress, like some whimpers or some coyotes. So, if that doesn't get him to come in, and you know the area that he howled from, you can move on him. But you want to be careful with your noise, your sound, your scent, everything else. So you want to know your hunting area and know where that coyote howled from. That way you can move in on him. So that's your Deadly Dose tip of the month. So stay tuned, and we'll be doing a lot more of them.